name is Courtney McDaniel, and this is my personal narrative. We have all had at least one event in our life that has changed our perspectives or who we are as a whole. I had two. When I was 10 years old, I had a dog named Keith. He was my world, and we did everything together. One of my favorite memories was when I would get home from school, and he would get all excited with his little wiggles because he knew he had his catch buddy. Fast forward 10 years later, I have my son Elijah, my pride and my joy. He helped me through the lowest of lows in my life, and I wouldn't be where I am today without him. Either of them, really. But today, I'm going to tell you how my dog and my son have both shaped who I am today and made me the person that I am. Let's first start with my dog Keith. As a little girl, when I was first introduced to this little Boston Terrier puppy, I was so excited. We were two peas in a pod. I remember when my alarm would go off for school, my dog would run and jump into my bed to try and prevent my mom from waking me up. He absolutely hated when my mom would try to wake me up because he knew that I'd be gone. But the best part is when I would come back home. We would play catch. On the day that my young world got flipped, we were out playing catch by the dirt mound in my neighborhood. I made a bad throw, and that's when everything kind of went too fast for me and my little world flipped. The next thing I knew, the car came and there was my dog. I held him until my parents forced me to give him over to bury him. And that was a very traumatic and heartbreaking experience for me. But through that, I've learned forgiveness. And the reason why is because I learned that I could not forgive myself and accept others' forgiveness because I couldn't forgive myself. So I learned that with forgiving myself, I was able to accept my parents, even though they already forgave me the day it happened because they knew it was an accident. But throughout my life, when I made mistakes, I would think back on my dog Keith and think back to where learning that accepting others has to start with my own and start from the inside. And that's helped me out a lot, especially with my son today. Once I was able to forgive myself, I'm able to accept others' forgiveness. Now, let's talk about my son Elijah. When I was in my junior year of high school, I was diagnosed with PCOS. I was told that I wouldn't have kids except if I had intense intervention. Fast forward 4 years later, I have a positive pregnancy test in July of 2016. Out of nowhere, wasn't really expecting that. But here I am, 4 years later, now 4 years later, but March of 2017, I had an amazing son, Elijah. It was the hardest but best day of my life when he was born, but he's changed my world from that day on. He's taught me patience, kindness, and just love in a different way, in a different perspective that I did not have before. He's also taught me perseverance. Without him, I definitely would not be the person that I am today. Without him, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. Because of him, I have a house. And because of him, I'm going to college because I want our lives to be better. Not just for me, but for him, of course. I pushed forward and made it through, and now I'm going to build a better future for us. So not only is he the one that has made me a better person, but he has pushed me to the point where I could do everything because of him. Today, I am someone who can slow down and have patience for others, unlike before. I have set goals for myself and have accomplished so many of them already. Learning forgiveness has helped me with my relationships and to not carry so much burden for my mistakes. Because of Keith and Eli, I am a much better person than I was before. In conclusion, if Elijah and Keith were not in my life, I really don't know who I would be today.